Yeah, that's
Yeah, so pretty close to.
yeah. You should definitely go to Melt next year if you can. Oh, what you got going on there? Some print. Or that crushed open? Oh yeah.
Custom orders.
Yeah. You only have one viewer, and it's me.
You can see that on the screen too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, see, it says you got 3 on there.
That's because we're streaming to more than just one platform
Ah.
all at once.
I'll probably bring my stuff up next year sometime, maybe next week. Melt's fucking crazy with long lasts like 20 hours a day with like 100 people all around you also blowing glass.
What,
Super
you
chaotic.
didn't learn how to surf or whatever?
To surf?
Boogie board or whatever.
No, so some people were out on the lake doing that. That was the very short moment of the week. But people were out of the lake. Well, it was like super hot here, but it wasn't hot there. It was like fall. Oh, it's like a 14-hour drive. But it's super cool. Kenny kept being like, "Oh, it's a kid's camp. It's a kid's camp." I'm like, yeah, I bet it's like, feels like a kid's camp to you. Get here by you. No, it's cool. We did the glass games. They have like a fishing derby, and they have all kinds of stuff. You have to like sign up for it the first day. I'd like even seen the fishing derby when they had like 2 people signed up, and us because we were like one of the 3 first people there. We drove all through the night. Showed up at like 4 in the morning. I literally just rolled on my sleeping bag in the cabin or in the bed of the truck and just slept out there. It was nice. It was like 70 degrees. Started to rain a little, but I'd like already put a tarp like under me and I draped over the side of the truck in case it rained. I was just gonna pull it over the top of me. It worked perfect. We're like one of the first people there though. They make us all go into like this little gymnasium that they got there to do like COVID testing on everybody. You know, they do a quick. They said they didn't have any positive tests of anybody. I guess if you were feeling sick or thought you might have COVID, you just wouldn't go. You know, there were some people that didn't show up. Yeah, they set you up. They got golf carts like carting everybody back and forth and shit. Like first you'd be back at, they'd like take you to the you'd pass your test, then hop on a golf cart right outside of it. They drive you to your car out in the parking lot. Get your camping stuff, take that to your cabin, take you back to the parking lot, get your last one stuff, and then take that to this other tent. It was like a giant circus tent style. It was crazy. They have it all set up like GTT torches or Carlisle torches or Bethlehem's or depending on what size torch you have. They had it all set up. Kilns are just everywhere. That's the biggest thing is that the kiln space is crazy. Because you're thinking like there's like 10 people, they got to use the one kiln almost. It's only got
Pictures
5
were
slots.
us, and then it seemed like they were that full.
Yeah. There was, well, I didn't even blow glass on like some of the days. So the first 2 days I took up like I'll have to kill them. You know what I'm saying? So after that, I was just kind of laid back. I'm gonna set up my little display right here and I show with the camera later so people will watch it later. As I'm talking. But yeah, it was cool though. I missed signing up for the fishing derby. And the fishing derby, I guess like somebody told me the story of why like there was no prizes for the fishing derby at first, and then Willie and Wally from GTP showed up like a day late and were like, "Oh, we got all these torches for prizes," but they already had it. Like Bethlehem already did the Boro Derby, and then they had all the prizes for everything already. So they're like, "Oh well, we'll do first, second, and third. You put a kabuki for winning the fucking fishing derby." Yeah, it was like a kabuki and then a mirage and then a phantom, dude, for winning the fishing derby. I was like, shit. You know, like I could have signed up for it, but again, all the fish were caught like the first day, the very first, like they had shifts like an hour and a half each day, or like the first day there was 2 like shifts, hour and a half, hour, 10 people in each one. You know, from 8:30 to 10 to 11 you could fish. You know, and then they had another one from like noon to 2 that you could fish, you know, and all the winning fish were caught on that first shift the first day, you know. So, but I missed out on that one, but it was fun watching everybody talk about it. I guess like yeah, last year they just got or a couple years back they got all that stuff from GTT.
Take one of that. That needs to be back in my car.
What else we do? But we did, they have like the glass games. It's like a singles tournament and a doubles tournament.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, me and Kenny entered it. It was pretty funny. But they had like, let's see, like one was like, we both could only use one arm, you know. So I like used my right arm, he used his left arm, you know, to make him. We made like a nice little bubbler actually. It was like all clear, but I put like little royal jelly accents on his snorkel card, just like stand up little Sherlock Holmes. Nice. People were like, "Damn, that's like sellable." Then what was we had to make 2 like duplicate sculptures for one of them. So like Kenny was like, I was like, well, let's make a little mushroom out of clear and dot it with the same color. And he was like dotting it. I was like, put a dot in the center and then 3 dots. He was, oh, I tagged one of my dots, you know. So then I tagged my dot like exactly the same. So not only did I made the same flaw, you know what I'm saying, is what it was. Where they looked the same and they were like the same pattern, but then one of them was fucked up and then the other one was fucked up the same way. It was pretty cool. Yeah. What was some other stuff that we had to do? Like pull a point together. We had to do about how many ring seals you could do in like 10 minutes. We lost that one. Not like these women for Cali. They were actually going glass next to us. Nicole and Gloria print the glass one names, but they definitely whooped us on that one. Yeah, then the second round though, so it was like the winner of the first heat went against the winner of the second heat, and Maddie White and that Chadwick guy got in the second. They beat us in the second one. All we had to do was just duplicate that one piece, and yeah, I had never made nothing like that. I made mine completely backwards, like a handmade person would make it, and they were yeah. But it's cool that kid we made the piece from. This is what cool that we did there. Between MTM Glass and Kenny did some of the crushed local prep.
What like what the shirt is made out of?
This is MTN, does this like camouflage,
Yeah.
like stuff. Then Kenny was like crushed opal over a greasy glass color. I forget exactly what it is. But it's cool. I signed it melt on the bottom even, let people know it's going to melt. You got somebody tapping on the window for you.
What's up?
Yeah, go around. He's like, that doesn't know he's back here.
What up? What up? How's it going?
Alright.
What up, TJ? How are you?
Good.
Just over at Boro, and I made like, well, I didn't make this, but I made like a little pendant. First time ever. It's like, cool. It's pretty tight. I was trying to do what do they call it? The little loop thing on the top of it. That thing was tricky with the clear glass.
The veil.
Yeah, the veil. It was so tricky. Bailed me out. It was messy.
I feel like there's a lot of people will use tools, but I feel like just using gravity is so much cleaner if you can get it right.
I think if I like got more of the rod warm, I think it would have worked better for me.
Right,
Yeah. I tried like 5 different times and I kept like going so thin on me, and then it was just like.
That's why what I'll do is I'll literally, like, if the rod I'm using as the bunsy, I'll just attach.
Just like attach it and then start working it.
Yeah, and if you keep it all thick and you don't like pull, that's what my problem was, is like pulling it into a stringer.
I was pulling it, yeah.
Yeah, but you see how I bent it almost like a candy.
Oh yeah, you already got it going.
Yeah, and then if you can keep bending it almost like that, you can get it to attach, and you can sit there and just keep working that for a while.
Yeah.
It takes a while to really like perfect fail, but once you do it, you can do it pretty quick like that. I can sit there and work it more if I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? And see, you can even straighten it out how I do one move on one side, I'm doing the same move on the other side.
That's smooth. That looks very like perfect size.
I know, it seems unfair at first, like seeing someone who knows what they're doing do something.
It's all good. No, it's cool. I like making the candy cane reference.
Yeah, that helps me a lot of like a horse use, I guess. And then you
That's just taking the diameter and bending it. Yeah.
Yep. And it eliminates it really going too thin on you.
It's hard to stay out, I know.
It is.
Yeah, I've been running around.
Actually, should just be leaving that door open.
Yeah. Yeah. Stopped in here to get a bait. And, yeah. Didn't see Malachi here today.
Yeah,
You're in here.
The Duke kid. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a friend of mine. He's pretty cool. I like him. The color scheme flow through that.
Thank you. It's a custom order.
It's rolling.
And there's this dude that's got like a food truck there that's like a full soft glass setup. He's got like a glory hole right in the side of it, like behind. Yeah, it's like a food truck, literally. At Melt, you know, Melt is.
It's like
a glass blowing summer camp for glass blowers. It's out in Pennsylvania. They do it like once a year.
Okay.
I just was at it like I guess I've been back for like a week now.
Right on.
But yeah,
That's
that's kind of cool. But people show up with like all their different shit that they want to, show off to everybody.
Yeah.
It's like you drive the truck, right? So then right behind it, that the first like 5 feet is like a glory hole, and then behind the next side, the back like wheel well, there was literally a kiln like this big that you'd open up like doors and you put shit in there, and then around the back was like another glory hole that was on the back right corner of the back other wheel well. It was crazy. I was like, fuck. But yeah, they let you like make a little cup or something, anybody could try it while you were there. They would talk you through it. They had a bunch of frills.
Did you do that?
I didn't do it. I'm always lucky. Yeah, it's cool. They have like a little cafeteria where they're just serving food all the time. There'll be like like torches all set up in there for all the kitchen workers and their breaks, and everything out. Yeah, they have. Oh yeah, it's all food is included the whole time. All food, dude. There was like booze. You could have got drunk all week if you wanted to.
No, but see, now what they
Like-
should do is if they're going to offer booze, they need to also offer cannabis for those who don't.
That was the thing. I literally drank like 2
That'd be
beers
a
out of
whole
one
thing.
keg. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, just to go to bed one night. But yeah, it wasn't like a social thing. They had like a party the one night, and that was the thing. It was like open bar, So like the whole party was just everybody with a cup in their hand getting drunk, and I didn't really want to hang out with those people because I've been hanging out all day with everybody. I don't want to hang out with a bunch of drunk people.
Right.
I'm against people getting drunk. Do whatever you want.
Right.
I can't take it
Not my
sometimes.
vibe,
It's not relaxing for me to have to all
Whenever
of a
you're on
sudden.
that different level,
You gotta like turn on that, you almost need the booze to be like a social lubricant to be able to be more social after you've been social all day,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I just want to go back to my bed at the moment or something.
Yeah.
It was cool. No, it was super fun though. I did like the dodgeball game and what else did they do? Oh, dude, they do like a crazy fireworks like display that where much fireworks is like a city would do. I swear to God,
How long was it going on?
it's a whole week.
A week. Right on.
You show up Monday
Wow.
morning. We were there at like 5, 6 a.m. They didn't let us in until 10 a.m. It was like a festival. That's this week. It was-
That's tight. We got like the whole like species on there. Sick.
This is for a competition that I'm in right now. That there's like voting going on right now. There's a pretty stiff competition. I'm up against the Elemental Blast right now, and he made like a
Wasn't it?
full size Tommy gun. I was gonna be up against Shaggy first, and then there's a bunch of people that didn't finish their pieces, so they like had to rearrange the bracket. It was probably like this person's already gonna be in the finals, because like
Right.
their bracket was probably so empty now. But yeah, he lost to KT Scissor Baby last round. She was at Melt too. She was blowing glass on the table right behind me. I would like on one of the last days of Melt, they had like a steak dinner. I think it was like a Thursday night or Friday. But everybody like goes and sets up all their glass there in like the kitchen area. Everybody like sets it up like they're doing a little trade show. And every time I'd walk away and come back, my pieces would be like rearranged a different way. Like everybody would just start playing with them, kind of, or something. Like it was a little like something, or like game set or something. They would always think it looked a little better a different way. But I kind of like how some people were doing it like a circle around it. When I had this other one here.
That's all.
I like how this little one's right next to that big one. I think I'm gonna do some sets of like a piece like that. Where it has like one bigger one, like it's the parent or something. And have the little one with it.
That tripod like flips through. I'm
Yeah.
thinking taller.
Yeah, it definitely goes taller for sure.
But it's the camera. I don't know.
I want to make some more of the something like this that would have like mushrooms on it or something. So it would be like some ancient like ruin or something in their world of mushroom. Their mushroom world, there would be this like ancient temple there or something like how we would see something like overgrown or something in the jungle now. But I'd want this to be like overgrown in mushrooms, like it was an old artifact of some kind in their world, even.
Awesome mushrooms.
Yeah, something like it's been grown over. This one, she's fertilizing this one. It's just like sitting there looking at each other or something. This one's a collab I did with Chaka, where we made it like an ice one.
Like that.
And this one too. As I was doing it, this was all one piece. I just was trying to do it like a little faster out of his prep that he gave me. That's like Ghost and Blue Stardust and something else, you know. And this is this is the same as the cap, but as I was like to clean up the seal, of course you get this crack that you need it a little thicker, you know. So I have this going on. I have a couple of these bubbles on already. The plumbing already on, and I've got 2 bridges coming to my blow tube. So I cut off both of the bridges, cut off the combustion cap, put the new one on there, and re-bridged this one on there, and then cleaned it up. It was like surgery. Like get that one cleaned up. This one's a collab with Bigfoot MTN glass.
I like the colors and all that. Very great work. I haven't actually met you yet.
I'm John.
John,
Yeah.
my name's Foder.
Yeah.
I actually think I have.
I've heard
I've seen
people
you
talk
around.
about you.
I think I actually have an old rotator cap. Jason gave me one time.
Oh,
Yeah. Of your work. Yeah.
Yeah, this
I
is
thought
like
you
my
sold that thing off.
I was gonna trade it to that guy Frank for a tattoo. I still might hit him up someday. Did I show you this tattoo I got now? I got Jason's tattoo covered up. It was right there.
I seen you getting it.
Yeah. Oh well.
That's funny because I was like in my head, I'm like, I wonder if he's getting his tattooed on it.
Well, I actually had made a video. There's a bunch of pictures, right? I had all those pictures I made. And you can use those apps to like turn it into like an ink drawing or like cartoonize them and stuff like that. And I did that. I was at first I was gonna have the guy tattoo one of these pieces on my arm right there, but he'd already had done these 2 tattoos, and I had him like mash them up together. But yeah, it would have been cool to like get like one of these pieces like tattooed on my arm or something right there. I guess it would probably look like this way. I still might do that. So. It would be cool, but I should have pulled the trigger on that. I guess got this. Been like, can you do this tattoo across my chest, like this?
Two-dimensional, my
Yeah,
skin.
yeah. But like, I want my whole back tat. Yeah, this piece is like heavier than this piece almost.
Bro, that Lego reminds me. I've been watching Lego Masters. I don't know if you've watched that yet on Netflix. I think it might be Netflix. Either Netflix or Hulu. That show is good. They bring their A game.
On the Legos?
Lego Masters, bro. Watch
Yeah.
it. For sure. Yeah.
I watched a few episodes of it.
It's good, man. They do some crazy work.
Yeah.
So I need to make another element or 2 though. I want to make like some dragonflies or something.
Yeah.
Where they would just be like sitting in here, or different collabs I could do with people, like doing like snails in there or snakes or different shit.
Bring in the sex.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get my torch set up again. I was thinking about go set in the back of my own house, my own generator.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say too. Like if you need to work like your hours or something, that might be better.
Yeah. I just had other shit I take care of this week. I didn't even get
Something
allergies.
else I'll do too is if you have access to a saw, you can saw these little bitty bits right here, and then you can put like you gotta polish up the little pieces and put that on there instead. It's like the veil. You know what I'm saying? It would be like that. Just put like a little piece of
Oh,
solid
there's a
wood
piece
there.
too. Okay.
Yeah.
Just cut it off.
Yeah.
Good ideas.
And then if you really wanted to be baller, you could do that with like some diapers. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
make a veils out of that, and put like people will put like an opal right there in the middle or something. Like,
Yeah. Easy does it. Well, I went to stop and say hello.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, take it easy, man.
Most do the same.
Yeah,
Catch you around.
Yeah. Hit me up.
I'm gonna. You do anything this weekend?
Not sure yet. Let me check with Natalie and then get back on.
Oh, for sure. I want to come over and see you back.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peace, brother.
Later.
It's like half the people I'm trying to get to vote for me are like, I don't have a Facebook, you know, or something like that.
Yeah, I had when I voted, I seen it made me log in with Facebook. Is that
Okay, you're
can you
looking
log
at
in
this
another way? Both, but in this one here is two.
Oh, okay.
I got two now.
Nice. Yeah, a couple of people said they couldn't get in logged in their Facebook or it wasn't working.
I could, but I was like, man.
And then my Facebook was even acting weird. I've never go on my Facebook or post anything, right? And I went to make one post and it said, you're using Facebook too fast or something like that. And then I was blocked for some shit like that. I was like, what the hell is this? I've never seen this post before. And I made like one post. I was trying to make a comment right after that on somebody's comment. And it told me I couldn't. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, you just go to burngallery.com to vote.
Oh, I did already.
Is what
But
other
that,
people
no,
do.
yeah, I was just wondering if
I've got links on
if
my
someone doesn't
Facebook
have
or
a Facebook, they can't vote.
exactly. So whoever has the strongest Facebook following is gonna win. And well, that's what I've seen so far. So I don't know because I've seen some pieces that aren't even sculptural. They're just like a functional piece that are rounding up a lot of votes. You know.
So what?
so
So never mind.
there could be a way. I don't know about it.
Like,
Nobody's told me either way how to hack this. Unless
not
you're
gonna say
creating,
nothing.
I could create 200 Facebook accounts right now, and if somebody's doing that, then that sucks for them because I'd like to really know who's going to win. But like I said, somebody might win that isn't going to deserve to win. I'm like, what is this? Because exactly, you can just if you're starting every email address and then just starting a new Facebook account and getting to vote. Because if you only need 200, you only need like 100 really to get ahead. You get 100 real votes.
Right, because ain't nobody getting 25,000 votes this year.
Yeah, 10. It was like on one bracket, it was like 10,000 to 10,000 of some kind. Like that's insane. But yeah, I'm sure there's a way to just make multiple Facebook. If somebody that has multiple Facebook accounts can give you 10 votes.
Right.
You know. That's the part. This side's point. I don't care. Yeah, you guys. Surprised they just don't have all the cameras lit up.
We could, but that would be messy. That'd be like you're a security guard at the mall. You know what I'm saying? You've got like 10 different angles of us. You know what I mean? I'm trying. I want to get away from using these security cams because I don't think they're good definition, and I don't think that you can because I can't find Didinian lenses for them either, and I eventually need a top-down Diddy lens.
Yeah.
So really, the bigger one is this one,
Yeah.
but I could flip that too.
This is a new color. I got a bunch of new greasy glass colors too of all their like kind of how Moldenora was making their like richer colors, these like pinks and purples, and then
Right.
North Star's coming out with the same style ones, and then Greasy Glass has some too. This one's like a red metallic one, like a ruby one. It's called Phoenix, and I think so really goes really good with this. This one's just a really weird color pattern to me. That's the first one I use absinthe on the balls instead of that slime stuff, the slime Haterade or whatever it is. Get this little figure tattooed maybe. Yeah, there's some pretty interesting. Did you see Tammy Baller's piece? It's like what is it? The Never Ending Story. It's like a whole scene. Did you see it? It's like a whole scene where it's like looks like about this long. The scene in Never Ending Story where Atreyu has to go through that gateway without getting shot with those lasers through the eyes. He watches like a knight in front of him get killed. It's like the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? It's got like the two statues on the side.
Lego Masters, I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
it's got the
Telling
two
you.
statues on the side, and it's got like a evaporated knight, and then you can see like the big dragon, whatever his name was, and the main character, and then it's like a little the slingshot thing's probably there's some little potion thing. I haven't seen the movie in a long time. I forget there's like some kind of weird, troll or dwarf or something that lives there, protects the gateway. But hers is like really cool too. There's a couple of good ones. Between her and Hoops is just really good with those cars nowadays. So Subliminals is really good too. His wood grain looks super good. It's got like the knots in it.
Yeah.
You can see in like the butt, like it really looks like it's like been polished wood. Chaka's really good to work with though. He's like really professional glass blower. He wasn't really like partying or nothing like that there. He probably hammered out like the most collabs out of a lot of people. But at first, when I walked up and was like, it was like already a day, and he had so many people trying to collab with him. And he's like, "Oh, I'm booked already. I can't really do anymore." I was like, "Well, I wanted to make one of these." And he's like, "Well, here's a piece of prep, for that.
Right,
If you showed him something cool, you'd get him to still work with you." My allergies are
Right.
like.
Just because you're booked, quote unquote, doesn't mean
Uh-huh.
you ain't got prep. That
Well, like I pull out the
piece.
piece, and I'm like, "All you got to do is just give me the prep."
Yeah.
And I'll do the whole build. You know what I'm saying? You can like icicle this out or
Right.
yeah. And then after it got almost made, he was like, "Oh, I'll make this marble," and then he took some extra time to put his signature marble on it. And I got this from Dopals Opals. I've never encased one of these like snowflakes before.
How was it?
Like pressed it in there. They didn't catch any air bubbles in any of the corners.
Well,
Like
that
I thought.
tech you showed me.
It was like a $25 opal. So
Right.
you want to make sure you don't fuck it up.
Right.
Yeah, this was in the kiln with so many people's pieces, being around there. I didn't want somebody to just whack my person off of it or something. Excuse me. Yeah, this one's really nice. I've been using a lot of that ghost. I had to buy a pound for $80 when I was there, just to be able to have extra to finish that piece. Those little balls in the bottom. I'd rather get that other color you were talking about, that
White rhino.
yeah, the white rhino. So it's like this is kind of my piece from last year. The other meditating, but I don't have the key for the case to get them right now out there.
They don't.
They said that because the new case the man has or something.
Oh.
But it's like this is my piece from last year, and I almost wish I had time to make like a more epic piece to go with the whole display, because people don't see like this is what they're like worshiping or this is part of their world too, We didn't have time to do all that. So those were bad. I'm gonna probably start selling them though soon. Maybe auction off one. Maybe not this piece. But this one's too epic. I got a lot of collabs lined up too. I got some crap in my toolbox and a couple other glass blowers that are really into it. I'm going to do a collab with Blossom Glass. I know Boots wants to. I'm going to be going to Weekend at Bernie's. At Ben Bernie's. It's up in, I think it's in Ann Arbor, Michigan or something like that. Somewhere in Michigan. I'm not sure exactly the city. But he does like 3 days of collabing and doing like online sales and stuff, like online drops during it. So he was like blowing glass right in front of me too, and by the time I was like done with these 2 collabs, and like I got up late the third day, and like you go down there, the whole kiln's already full. You're like, there's no way I can start working right now. And be like, out the way, people! I need 3 slots, like. And they weren't even scuts; they were Paragons that had like these really fat, grooves in the racks, So it was only like 8 maybe, and like a kiln size like how I have the 240 or the 220, but then there's like only 8 slots because they're really wide slot. I don't know, like how the Scott one is really. Those are little small, tight, little like notches. You can fit a lot of the blow tubes in there. Like they don't realize that like even not fitting an extra 1 or 2 in there means a lot to a glass blower. Or to people.
Something in a little cockeyed, even if you need.
Yeah, because I'll make extra places. That one even they go off to the sides even wider than the kiln.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's like Scott's.
Well, I love this one because this is the coolest one ever because this is fully customizable. You can bring it in, out, up, down. You can like literally tailor it to whatever the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know who would ever use it like that, I guess. But it's there. Sometimes I need to get it out of the way. Oh, my live stream's over.
Oh, did you? Okay, cool.
Well, I haven't ended it yet, but I didn't know if you wanted to show
I don't know. These were trying to. I was showing some. This is what I really like. This is like the centerpiece. I kept referring to these ones. I'd be like, this one's the side chick. You know, like it's only because they're placed in the side from the center one.
What is that little one in the middle?
This one's a bubble cap.
Well,
Yeah, she's just sitting there. She's fertilizing the little cactus. She's chatting it up. Yeah, there's a bunch of shit that happened for Mill. Lost my train of thought I was talking about. Well, the Paragon kilns, they got all these new Paragon kilns that they're like promoting there. You know, where basically they're letting us using them, they're for sale afterwards. But there's like how you used to close the Paragon door and the door would just come right up to the bricks of the wall, you know?
Right.
And you know how like the door would eventually wear that like crease into the door, you know?
Yeah.
And then the door is sitting lower and lower. And now
Like
you
the
get
one
that
you're
gap.
using right
Yeah,
now.
now you get that gap across the top because the door is settled into the bricks, you know?
Right.
So now, if the new Paragons, they have like how the controller is, they have a cup like 3 inches that sticks out of the base. So when you close the door comes down and sits on that metal. You know what I'm saying? Instead
That metal
of
won't get
touching,
worn
and then the
out.
door has this extra brick that's inserted. You know, like the door is layered to where it's a seam that matches up to the sides, and then there's another brick that goes like inside of it as you close it. You know what I'm saying? That sticks into the kiln, so that the door actually has a little bit of a gap, like this far when you close it. It doesn't seem like it's closed all the way now because it sits on the bottom. It sits on the top of the controller panel now, you know. So there's no wear from it touching it, from the bricks touching each other. But then there's this little button now that's right there. You know, if you close the door and then the button it'll say lid until you close it and push it down a little, and the kiln won't fire until you push the door closed all the
So
way.
is that some kind of like
So you don't have it cracked open
it's
and
just-
it's firing too hard
and
and
then
burn
that
yeah.
and it melts people's
Yeah,
shit too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure you flip everything up and close it tightly, and then it'll start ramping up.
That seems all
So it's like a
equal
protected thing,
part
but then
cool and annoying. at the
yeah,
same
but the annoying thing was, visit other people that didn't know about it would come back to their kiln and be like, "Why is the kiln only at 700 or 800?" You
Right.
know, it's because it's not turning back on because they didn't close the door all the way. So
Right.
like we're like learning. Nobody told. Like they had like what did they call it? They had like a little meeting, you know, for all the campers at the beginning of the session, and there are certain things they should have explained to us, like, "Hey, this is how you use the new kilns," and
Right.
because there's like everybody that was around the one was like, "What is going on with this new thing?" Like nobody explained the new like settings on it or anything.
Don't vote for me.